Hi guys, it's me Ty coming from my home here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And yesterday I got called in for my third job interview with one of the schools. It was supposed to be a demo lesson with an actual real class, which that's a first for me, so that's pretty cool. It reminded me of Gio in the Philippines when he first moved over here to Asia, when he got his $2,000 a month job teaching the English teachers in Cebu, Philippines, how to teach English. I don't think he has a degree in education or nothing, but yeah, he had 3 interviews there too. They were, of course, over Skype before he left the USA. So I just thought that was neat there. And so yeah, with this school here, originally quite a while ago, they had had me come in and take the English proficiency test, just like you would take back when in your school days in the USA, of your academic achievement tests that you take once a year to see how your performance is, which that just seems so weird to me when they made me take that. Like, I'm a native English speaker, why would I need to take a English proficiency test? So I did that, and I didn't hear from them for like 2 weeks. Then they did an online Skype interview with me. So we did that, and they asked my desired salary, and I told them what I would need with my emergency fund being so low and everything now. And they're like, well, normally we pay $1,000 to $1,200 a month, they said. And I didn't really say much or whatever, but they said that they were going to speak to the head office, because they're a big international school. They have campuses all over Phnom Penh. So they said they were gonna speak to the head office and see if they can make an adjustment for me or not. So I didn't hear from them for 2 weeks, and then out of the blue here, I got a text from them on Telegram that they would like me to come in the next day for a demo lesson with the students. And they sent, and it was really late at night, so they sent me the materials that I was gonna have to do a lesson plan on, example of a lesson plan, and stuff like that. So they sent it right when I was crawling into bed. So I went ahead, but the demo lesson wasn't gonna be until the afternoon here. So in the morning, I got up early in the morning, got ready, and I started preparing the demo lesson and everything. And I read over their example demo lesson. So I just went ahead and I did the the plan or whatever inside my notebook or whatever, kind of a rough draft of it. The lesson plan is the word I was looking for. So I did the lesson plan in there, and I was feeling all confident and everything, you know, because that's like, English is my native language, and so it just wasn't hard, and I could, you know, think up extra questions for the class easily. So I started working on it, and then the longer that you're working on it, the more you overthink stuff. So then all of a sudden you start getting the butterflies in your stomach, you get nervous and everything and all that. And so in the afternoon, I went ahead and I took the tuk-tuk ride over there, you know, $6 round trip, because it's way out of the city where all the international schools are. So like I said, just for tuk-tuk fees each month would be costing me of almost $200, because a lot of these schools, they said it's a Monday through Friday being a teacher, but they also said they will bring you in on Saturdays at times for different stuff too. So I headed over there, and I got there 15 minutes early, and they took me up to the classroom, and they had a nice desktop computer in there, and the speaker worked good because they let me test it out, because for part of it I had to do a listening lesson with the students, where it was like track 25 or whatever. It was a conversation between a boy and a girl, and I just go and click on that one, just like if you put your Toby Keith CD inside of your computer or whatever. And amazingly, the speaker did not crackle on the wall in this classroom compared to when I had my first job interview with this school. So so honestly, this classroom was set up really nice. Like I said, that was a really nice desktop computer. So it is nice that that this school here, you know, they supply the desktop computers for all the classrooms, and you don't need to be bringing your expensive laptop to school to get wrecked or anything like that. And instantly the students were just swarming all over me, asking me questions. And I was able to ask them, you know, I was like, what grade are all of you in? And most of them said 4th grade. But one boy's like, I'm an 8th grader. And then another kid said they were a 3rd grader. Another kid said they were a 5th grader. So I wasn't sure what the deal was there, that a whole bunch of different age groups were in my class. So, and then in the back, the vice president principal, she wasn't able to make it in there, but the actual teacher of the class and the teacher's assistant, since these are, you know, grade school kids, it takes a little bit more to handle all of them, were in there. They were in the back, and they were video recording my 45-minute lesson class so that the vice principal could take a look at it and everything. And they asked me, they're like, so do you have your lesson plan to give us or whatever? And I was like, I saw you had an example lesson plan, but I did not see any, you know, fill-in template or anything for me to fill one in. So, you know, that's how that is with, you know, miscommunication, I guess. So that is another word of advice for all of you guys. If you guys do get called in for a demo lesson, especially if you're going to be doing it with a class of real students like I did this time, since, like I said, this is my first time ever doing a demo lesson with students. My original demo lesson I did when I first moved to Cambodia was with the principal and the and the president of the actual school system. So there it was all impromptu there. They just told me, and they gave me 15 minutes to plan up a lesson, you know. But yeah, so I told them I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to, and I was like, I didn't see a template either. So they were like, they looked really disappointed in me. so I put in the note in the back of my head, next time this happens, I'm supposed to come in and do a demo lesson with students, go ahead and pull up your Microsoft Word on your computer and create your own little template and type in a lesson plan. That way you can send it to them, or if they request it. So we got that there. And then I went ahead and I started the class off, and one of the 8th graders, he was kind of testing me or whatever, and just kind of giving me a really hard time. But it was all good. Like I felt I handled all the students really well, and actually enjoyed the demo lesson. It was a lot of fun. Those students were so fun. And after it was all over, all the kids run up to me and they asked if I'm going to be their new teacher, and I was like, oh, this is just a demo lesson and a job interview or whatever. And they're like, well, we hope you get the job. And I walked to the back of the room to talk to the actual teacher and the teacher's assistant, and they're like, that's good, this is the end of the lesson. They're like, you're free to leave. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I walk out the door, and all the kids swallow me out, including the 8th grader, and they all pull me aside, and they're like, teacher, they're like, we had a whole bunch of other people interview for the job, and they're like, we like you the best, we hope you get the job or whatever. And this was the 8th grader that said this too. And I was like, he's the one that was giving me the hardest time in class, and he picked me out of all of them or whatever. So I left there and I headed home, and I didn't hear anything. And when I got home, the next morning or whatever here, which is this morning here, I got a text message from the vice principal or whatever, and she said, I never got your lesson plan from you. And then also, by the way, she's like, I talked to the head of the schools, of our schools or whatever, the head office, and they said that we can offer you $1,000 per month probation is what it would be. And but they didn't say like how long my probation is, because like my last employer in the USA, all of us employees, we had a 1-year probation, so I'd be stuck at, but like I said, I never asked them, and we on this, of how long this probation actually lasts. And then after the probation, she's like, then we can offer you $1,100 a month salary. And I said, sorry, my emergency fund is so low, I have to stick at the 1,600 that I initially let you guys know or whatever. And then she offered me the 1,200, which is the higher of their salaries. She's like, that's as much as the head office will allow us to offer a teacher. And I was like, thank you, but sorry. I was like, I have to stick at the $1,600. And she's like, okay, take care and good luck. So it all went really well there. And the thing about it is, like, I'm big into math. I always crunch the numbers to make sure stuff will pencil out. And at the 1,200, with my situation, you guys' situation could be different than mine. I just couldn't afford to go any less, because right now, just my baseline expenses, if nothing goes wrong, and me eating my $2 meals and living in a hostel with 16 roommates, like I said, my base expenses, if Murphy's Law doesn't happen, you know, what can go wrong goes wrong, is $500 a month. And then with how far the school is out of the city, that is $200 in tuk-tuk rides each month. So now I'm at $700 a month. And then I will also have to pay for my own work visa, so that is another $200. That goes up to $800 to $900. And at that, and then also, I had to figure in the income taxes too. I talked to a boy that moved here earlier last year, and he got a job that was paying $1,200 as an English teacher. And after the school takes out the Cambodia income tax, he said his paychecks were $1,000. So then I'm at $1,100 of expenses. So it just made zero economic expense. And then also, like I said, that's just a work permit. That's that $200. Also for my my visa to actually be in this country, I pay $200 every 6 months for that. So it just didn't pencil out. And I'm definitely not going to move up where the school is. It's kind of just out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, I'm still looking for a girlfriend, so I definitely want to be where the dating scene is, and actually where people hang out to meet a girl, you know, and start a family and all that. So Riverside is definitely a better home for me. And like I said, I'm probably getting like the cheapest rent here in Phnom Penh, because I pay $4 a night, which comes out to $125 a month with free utilities and free water for taking a shower and everything. And if I would get an apartment, the cheapest ones I've seen, and they aren't even by Riverside, those were $115 a month. And they had free Wi-Fi and free motorbike parking, but then you're also gonna have to pay your $50 to $120 a month for electricity. And that all depends on if you use AC and how much electricity your refrigerator in your apartment is sucking down. And then also you have to pay your water bill for showers too. So that's yeah. So like I said, I don't even really need to think about this stuff much, like, because like I said, I crunched all the numbers of what I need. And then also, of course, you have to have excess money at the end of the month to rebuild your emergency fund, and I really need to rebuild my emergency fund. So I'm still in high hopes, you guys, because I'm just gonna keep applying at all the rest of the schools here until August, when all my dental surgeries are done here. And then if I haven't found a job that pays well enough, I'm anxious to go see Vietnam and go there for a month and apply at jobs too. And like I said, if I don't get a job there at that point, I'll probably end up having to run back to the USA and move back in with mom or whatever, and just hoard away money, work mega overtime until I have enough to come back here to Asia and rinse and repeat. So like I said, that's not a bad life either, because that's what Backpacking with Boehner YouTube channel is, and he just loves it. So all right, take care, you guys. And if you like this content, like, share, and subscribe, and I will just keep kicking them out from my home here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia.